Hey Glenn here, Monster Guitars. This thing looks good, doesn't it? Now my wooden pickup rings have arrived. They were sold to me by a company called, and I'll see if I can get this on the screen, CB Gitty Crafter Supply in the United States. And these are a couple of pickup rings to fit P90 pickups, such as the ones that I have here, the soap bar style pickups, and they're made from walnut, which is a similar color to the rosewood on the fretboard, or at least it will be once I've oiled it. Speaking of which, that's what I will do now. Okay, let's put the pickups in. Well, sit them in there and see how it looks. Nice. They're a nice fit, snug without being too tight, so they don't rub on the way through, but they're touching. That's good. Now I still have the protective plastic on the pickups, and that will stay there until the proper install. But that's looking okay. That is looking okay indeed. So as I think I've mentioned already, the pickups that I'll be putting into this guitar are different from any that I've used before. Previously, I've always used humbucking pickups, which are basically two single coils joined together. Well, these are P90s. They're called soap bar P90s because, well, they look like a bar of soap. And basically what they are, you can see there's only one row of pickup poles. It's basically a large single coil. So it's a single coil with a higher output than, say, a Fender Stratocaster single coil. And mounting them is quite different. You can get P90s that have got what's called dog ears, these little triangular bits that stick out the side with screw holes in them, and you can mount that onto the surface of the body. That's not what I have. I have what might be more common, I think. And you can see that just between the poles there and there are holes in the pickup. You can see they're still covered by their protective plastic film as well. And those holes go right through and come out the back of the pickup like so. So what I've done, because this is how it's done, is I've taken a small drill bit and got the pickups positioned exactly where I want them to be in the rings, and I've drilled through those holes just to make little pilot holes, very shallow ones, in the body where those screws are going to go, because they're going to be direct mounted, that is screwed directly into the body. And there are a couple of things that I've seen people do. You can sit these on foam so they're cushioned and they sit nice and flat, or you can, and this is what the manufacturer, well, the seller, I guess the manufacturer apparently had in mind for me, is to use springs. I'll see if I can demonstrate with one hand, maybe a challenge. Oh, there we go. The idea here is that you would compress the spring underneath the pickup. You can see the top part of that screw is what goes through those holes, and then by turning the screw and compressing and releasing the spring, and doing so, you've got some height adjustment. Or I might just screw them where they are with no adjustment, or maybe not. That spring's going to be too long. I'll cut it in half. Also, these screws are going to be too long too. As you can see, it's a fairly slim guitar, and they almost go all the way through the body, so I'll cut about half of that thread off, and that'll be fine. Let's proceed and see how we go. all the way through. So I'm doing something right. Which was which? One easy way to tell is that the neck pickup has a longer wire because, of course, manufacturers know that the pickup that's in the neck position is further away from the controls, so it needs a longer wire. Makes sense, really, doesn't it? Now I'm just trying to get a sense using this long ruler of how high the strings might sit above the pickup, because I'm pondering whether or not to use springs. It's going to be a little bit subjective because I can see that I don't really have to. I don't really have to. I'll bring you over here and show you what I mean. This is not exactly where the string will sit, but it's close. So, you know, that it's difficult because I've got a handle on the bottom of this phone. That's fairly close. That string is going to be fairly close to the pickup. Now, the reason you might want to make the pickup closer is to make it more sensitive to the string, increase the gain. Well, I'll try it with the spring, and then if I don't like that, I'll take it out. So we've cut the springs in half, and those half springs now cover the entirety of the screw, but of course they won't when they're compressed. I think I'm just going to go ahead and use them, because I can still screw the pickups pretty much all the way down if I want to, but it's good to have the option of a little bit of adjustment. So springs it is. Oh, this is exciting. Silly me.